Hey there. You ever get that feeling, when joy is kind of fleeting? Like you're always chasing the next happy moment?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Happens to all of us, I think.
What if I told you there's a way to, like, cultivate joy from within? That's exactly what we're going to be diving into today.
That's a great topic.
It's a practice called Awareness of Blissful Sensations,
Interesting.
and it comes from this text called the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra.
Oh, wow, the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra. That's kind of like a guidebook, you know?
To what?
Well, it's for all these different techniques for experiencing higher states of consciousness. Really interesting stuff.
Okay, so before you think this is, like, getting too out there, too esoteric for you,
Right.
let me just assure you, today's deep dive is all about giving you
Okay.
tangible steps to try this out yourself.
I like it.
We're not just going to talk about it, we're going to experience a taste of it together.
Sounds good.
So the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra,
Yeah.
what's so cool about it is that it approaches enlightenment,
Oh.
not through dogma or belief,
Right.
but through, like, direct experience.
I see.
So let's get to the heart of it.
Okay.
What's the core idea behind this whole awareness of blissful sensations?
Well, imagine this. By
Mhm.
like consciously focusing on really immersing ourselves in these sensations of bliss,
Yeah.
we can actually strengthen our connection to this like deeper, more consistent sense of joy.
Mm.
It's like almost like building a muscle,
Okay.
but for happiness, you know?
So instead of waiting for joy to just kind of happen to us,
Mm-hmm.
we're taking an active role in creating it.
Exactly. Like a lot of spiritual traditions believe that joy is like our natural state,
Okay.
but we get so caught up in, all the stress of daily life that we lose touch with it. So this technique is designed to kind of help us reconnect with that innate joy that's already there.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But how do we actually, like, do it?
Yeah.
What are the steps involved?
Well, it starts with finding a quiet space where you can relax without distractions.
Mm-hmm.
So close your eyes,
Yeah.
take a few deep breaths, and really let go of any tension you're holding in your body.
So setting the stage.
Exactly.
Then what? Do we just, like, think happy thoughts?
Well, it's a bit more nuanced than that.
Okay.
The next step is to try to bring to mind a specific memory, a moment when you felt intense joy or bliss.
Oh. Yeah.
And it could be anything, it could be a moment of laughter with loved ones or a breathtaking sunset.
Yeah.
The feeling of accomplishment after achieving a goal, anything that truly evokes a strong feeling of happiness.
And I'm sensing there's more to it than just, like, replaying the memory in our heads, like a video.
You got it. This is where the awareness part really comes in. You really want to fully immerse yourself in the sensations that the memory brings up.
Okay.
Not just the visuals, but the feeling in your body, any emotional resonance, maybe even like subtle energy shifts.
Interesting.
You're basically reliving that joy, but on like a much deeper level.
This is where I start to get curious about, like, the brain science behind all of it.
Okay.
I've heard that focusing on positive sensations can actually, like, rewire our brains over time.
Right.
Is there any truth to that?
Absolutely. There's a whole field of research around it called neuroplasticity. And basically, research shows that by consistently focusing on positive emotions, we can actually strengthen the neural pathways that are associated with them.
Cool.
It's like you're paving a smoother road to joy in your brain. Each time you practice, you're making it easier and easier to access those feelings in your daily life.
So we're not just feeling good temporarily. We're potentially changing the way our brains are wired
Exactly.
for the better. That's pretty powerful.
It is.
But what about those times when, we're feeling down and a blissful memory feels miles away?
Yeah.
What if our minds just draw a blank?
That's a great question. And the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra actually recognizes that not everyone can easily access those types of memories on demand.
Okay.
So it offers a few alternatives.
Oh.
You could try imagining what joy might feel like, or focusing on a general feeling of gratitude, or even just connecting with the feeling of love.
So we're finding an entry point to positivity, whatever that may be for us in the moment.
Yeah.
And then using this technique to amplify it.
Precisely. And that's really key. The starting point might differ for everybody, but the act of consciously choosing to amplify those positive feelings, that's what trains our minds to recognize and savor those moments more easily.
This all makes a lot of sense. But I'm curious, beyond just feeling good in the moment, what are some of the long-term benefits of this practice?
Well, the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra suggests that with consistent practice, we don't just experience these fleeting moments of joy, we start to notice a more fundamental shift in how we actually experience the world. We become more attuned to joy in our everyday lives.
Yeah.
We cultivate a much deeper sense of gratitude.
Yeah.
And we even build resilience in the face of challenges.
So we're not just chasing a temporary high. We're potentially rewiring ourselves for a more joyful and resilient life.
Exactly.
Now, I know the source material also mentions a spiritual aspect to this practice,
Right.
connecting it to experiencing what they call the divine essence of joy.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially for those of us who might not be, very religious.
That's a good point. I think the term divine can be interpreted in many different ways. It doesn't have to be tied to any specific religion, really.
Okay.
To me, it speaks to that deep well of joy and connection that exists within each of us.
Mhm.
A sense of wholeness and peace that kind of transcends our everyday worries and limitations.
Yeah.
And this practice, by focusing on positive emotions, is what helps us tap into that wellspring.
This is about connecting to something bigger than ourselves, however we choose to define that.
Exactly.
That brings us to a really important question.
Okay.
How do we actually do this?
Yeah.
How can our listeners make this practice a part of their lives?
Well, one way is to incorporate a short guided visualization based on this technique into your day. Even just a minute or two can make a big difference.
That makes sense.
Would you like to lead us through a quick visualization right now, just to give everyone a taste of what it's like?
I'd love to.
Great.
If you're listening and you want to try this with us, just find a comfortable position.
Yeah, get comfortable. And remember, there's no pressure to get it right or anything. Just allow yourself to be present and open to the experience.
All right, let's dive in here. Gently close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you, and take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with air.
Nice.
And as you exhale, just let go of any tension you're holding.
Mm-hmm.
Let your shoulders relax, your jaw soften, your forehead smooth out. Just be present in this moment.
Just be here now.
Now bring to mind a memory of a time when you felt truly joyful. It doesn't have to be a grand event. It could be a simple moment, a shared laugh with someone you love, a moment of quiet connection with nature.
Yeah, like just a simple moment of joy.
Perhaps it's the satisfaction of completing a task or a spontaneous act of kindness.
Those are good ones.
Whatever that memory is, let
Yeah.
it come to the forefront of your mind. See it as clearly as you can, almost like you're back in that moment.
Really step back into it.
What details come to mind? What do you see? What do you hear?
Take it all in.
And most importantly, what do you feel in your body? Focus on the physical sensations of joy. Maybe you feel warmth in your chest, a lightness in your limbs.
Yeah.
A smile might naturally spread across your face, or a gentle energy within you. Whatever sensations arise, embrace them and allow yourself to be fully immersed.
Just let the sensations flow.
As you breathe, imagine you're breathing in that joy,
Yeah.
allowing it to fill every cell of your being.
Breathing it in.
And with each exhale, let go of any stress or negativity. Let this blissful feeling wash over you.
It's amazing how powerful just a simple shift in focus can be.
Yeah.
We're not trying to force anything,
Right.
but rather just gently guiding our attention to what's already there.
Yes, and what I find so amazing is that we can access this inner joy anytime, anywhere.
It's true.
We don't need a special retreat or a meditation cushion.
Right.
We can tap into these sensations even amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life.
Even in the chaos.
Exactly.
The Vigyan Bhairava Tantra reminds us that joy isn't something we have to chase or earn.
Right.
It's a part of who we are, like a wellspring that's always available to us.
Always there.
This practice just helps us remove the layers that obscure that joy.
And as you mentioned earlier, it's not about denying the challenges of life.
No, not at all.
It's about finding that inner strength and resilience that allows us to navigate those challenges with more grace and ease.
Exactly. The Vigyan Bhairava Tantra is about embracing the fullness of life, both the light and the shadows.
The good and the bad.
And finding that inner anchor of joy can help us weather the storms,
Okay, everyone, if you've been following along with the visualization, gently start to bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a few deep breaths.
Come back to the room.
And when you're ready, open your eyes.
How are you feeling? I don't know about you, but I definitely feel a shift in my energy, like a sense of calm and spaciousness.
I feel it too. It's amazing how just a few moments of focused awareness can make such a difference.
It really is.
And to think that was just a glimpse of what's possible with consistent practice.
Oh yeah, just a taste.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
What we're talking about here isn't just a quick fix.
Right.
It's about cultivating a new way of being in the world.
A new way of life.
The Vigyan Bhairava Tantra claims that by consistently engaging with these practices, we can actually rewire our brains to experience joy more effortlessly.
So it becomes more natural.
It does, yeah. It's like we're training our minds to recognize and appreciate the good in our lives, even in the midst of challenges.
To focus on the positive.
And that's what I find so empowering about this practice.
Yeah.
It's not about escaping from reality.
Right.
It's about transforming our experience of reality from the inside out.
I love that.
Now, earlier we were talking about the divine essence of joy.
Right.
And I know that term might sound a bit abstract, especially if you don't come from a religious background.
For sure.
Right. And I think it's important to emphasize that you don't need to subscribe to any particular belief system to experience this.
Yeah.
For me, the divine simply represents that which is beyond our ordinary limited perception.
Okay.
That sense of interconnectedness, wonder, and awe that reminds us of the vastness of existence.
It's a bigger picture.
Exactly. And I think this practice, by focusing on cultivating joy from within, allows us to connect with that sense of the divine, however we choose to understand it.
To connect to that something more.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that joy is not separate from us. It's an inherent quality of our being.
It's already there.
And through practices like this, we can awaken to that truth and allow it to radiate outward.
Let it shine.
I'm so excited for our listeners to experiment with this technique and discover its transformative potential for themselves.
Me too.
It's a practice that can truly change the way we experience the world.
You know, speaking of exploring new ways of understanding this,
Yeah.
there's an interesting question that comes to mind.
Oh, I love where this is going. What's the thought-provoking question for today?
Well, we've been talking about the divine essence of joy,
Right.
but I'm curious, what does the word divine actually mean to you?
That's a really good question. I'm already pondering different possibilities.
I know, me too.
Could it be a feeling of connection to something larger than yourself? A sense of purpose and meaning? Or perhaps it's simply a state of profound peace and well-being?
So many ways to look at it.
I think it's a deeply personal exploration, and there's no right or wrong answer.
And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? We each get to define what the divine means to us.
Exactly.
And this practice can be a powerful tool for uncovering those personal truths.
Absolutely. So, dear listeners, I encourage you to sit with that question and see what arises.
What does the divine mean to you?
Maybe jot down your thoughts or share your reflections with us on social media.
Yes, we'd love to hear from you. And if you feel inspired, try incorporating this awareness of blissful sensations practice into your daily life.
Give it a shot.
Let us know how it goes, and perhaps your experiences will inspire others to embark on their own journey of cultivating joy.
You never know who you might inspire.
Remember, joy is not a destination, it's a way of being.
It's a way of life.
A choice we make, a practice. We cultivate a light we carry within us.
Beautiful.
And the more we choose to shine that light, the brighter our world becomes.
Beautifully said. Well, we've reached the end of our deep dive into awareness of blissful sensations.
I can't believe it flew by.
We hope you've enjoyed exploring this practice with us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
And remember, the journey doesn't end here.
It's just the beginning.
The Vigyan Bhairava Tantra offers a wealth of techniques for expanding consciousness and deepening our experience of joy.
There's so much more to explore.
So if this practice resonates with you, I encourage you to explore further.
And in the meantime, keep cultivating that inner joy and let it ripple out into the world. Spread the joy.
Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep diving deep.
And may your journey be filled with bliss.
See you on the next deep dive.
It's amazing, isn't it? That idea that joy is a choice,
It is, yeah.
a practice.
It's really empowering.
Yeah.
You know, we're not just at the mercy of
Yeah.
external circumstances. Like,
Right.
we have the ability to cultivate it from within,
Yeah.
no matter what's happening around us.
And the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra, it gives us like this whole toolbox, you know,
It does, yeah. It's full
for
of it.
doing that.
It's amazing.
And this awareness of blissful sensations technique, that's just one example.
Right, one of many.
But there's so many other practices out there to explore.
Yeah, what I love about the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra is like it encourages experimentation.
Yeah.
It's not about,
Right.
rigidly following a set of rules. It's
Yeah.
more about discovering what works for you, what really resonates with you.
It's like a buffet, you know?
It is, yeah.
A buffet of spiritual practices.
Try a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
You sample the different techniques,
See what nourishes you.
see what feels good, and you create your own path.
Exactly, and that path, it's not like a straight line. It's more like a spiral.
Okay.
We revisit certain practices.
Yeah.
We delve deeper into others
Uh-huh.
and just constantly refine our understanding.
It's a lifelong journey. It's not like a quick fix. It's like,
No, it's a journey.
yeah, a journey of self-discovery.
Exactly. And joy, joy is like the compass that guides us.
And along the way, we might stumble,
Of course, yeah.
might get lost,
That's part of it.
but that's part of the process.
It is. It's inevitable.
Yeah, the Vigyan Bhairava Tantra, it reminds us that even in those moments, when you feel lost, when things are dark,
Yeah.
the spark of joy
It's still there.
is always within us.
Yeah, it's always waiting to be rekindled.
It's beautiful because it's a reminder that even when things are difficult, we always have the power to choose joy,
I do, yeah.
to shift our focus,
Yeah.
to connect with that wellspring of light that's within.
And that choice, that shift in perspective, it can ripple outward,
I don't think so.
It can impact our relationships, our work, our whole way of being in the world.
It's like we become beacons of joy,
We do.
radiating that energy
And
outward,
inspiring others.
inspiring others to do the same.
Exactly. And that's how we create a more joyful world.
That's beautiful.
One heart, one mind, one practice at a time.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what's one key takeaway
Okay.
that you hope our listeners will carry with them?
I think the most important thing is to remember that joy is not a luxury.
Okay.
It's a necessity.
It's essential.
It's essential for our well-being, for our creativity, for our connection to ourselves and others.
I agree.
And it's not something that we have to wait for or earn.
It's available now.
It's available to us right here, right now.
Within us. So make joy a priority.
Yes, I encourage you.
Cultivate it.
Nurture it. Share it with the world.
And don't underestimate the power of a moment of bliss.
Oh, it can change everything.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into awareness of blissful sensations.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been a joy to explore this practice with you.
Until next time.
Until next time.
May your journey be filled with laughter, love, and an abundance of inner peace.
And may your days be infused with the radiant glow of pure, unbridled joy.
See you on the next deep dive.
See you later.